Hey guys, so today's video I will be talking about self-harm and being suicidal. In my first video I did talk about depression and anxiety and my PTSD. So I've gotten some questions pertaining as to how do you deal with being suicidal or how did you overcome it, and to really be honest, I haven't been suicidal and I haven't been self-harming for the past February made 2 years. So I just want to put out there I am not currently suicidal and I am not currently self-harming. I don't ever want to go back to that point in my life, and my channel, I will always be completely honest with you guys. There's no reason for me to sugarcoat anything. This is to benefit you guys, and so that's why I share my own personal experiences. So we're just gonna jump right in now. I started self-harming when I was about 12 years old, and majority of that came from my past of sexual abuse from when I was a kid. I didn't have an outlet, and I felt worthless and dirty in my own skin, and it changes you in such a drastic way. So me self-harming was kind of like, in my head I'm thinking, like my own way of controlling my body, and it took away the numbness because I was so numb from my depression that I just wanted to feel anything, even if that was just pain. So in my head I'm thinking, this is helping, me cutting myself is helping, and it wasn't. It was making things way worse. And I really just I got into the habit of doing it, so it became like an addiction. So I did it every day, multiple times a day, and originally I started off on my arms, until I told my parents out of rage that I was hurting myself, and then I had to hide it. And so I was cutting my legs, my upper legs, because I always wore jeans. I hardly ever wore shorts back then. So I was able to hide it. But I still have scars on my arms from that. I'm going to have them for the rest of my life, most likely. I've learned to accept that. It's something that I did. And so when you look at yourself and you see those scars, because I know what it does to a person when you have to relive that because you see it all the time on your body, you have to know that those are battle scars. You went through something so traumatic, and you overcame that, and that makes you strong for it. Don't ever allow someone to make you feel like you're weak for hurting yourself, because you're not. You did something to help you overcome something else, and it's hard. I will never tell someone, sit there and lie and be like, yeah, no, it's easy, you're just gonna get over it. No. I stopped cutting for a while, and then I relapsed and started doing it again once I got to high school. It was my freshman year when I started cutting again, and it was such a big transition. I was still dealing with stuff. Better yet, I wasn't dealing with stuff the right way, and it just took over. My depression consumed me, and I started cutting again, and I was not proud of it. But at the end of the day, I can't change it. Everything happens for a reason, and I overcame it, and here I am now. And as for being suicidal, by the time I was 17, I had tried to kill myself 4 times. And 2 of those times My brother is actually he's actually the one that found me. And I don't want to get emotional in here, but you know, it's something that I'm really not proud of. I never wanted to put my family through that. And um you know, a lot of people want to call everyone that kills themselves selfish, but y'all, everyone as a whole doesn't understand what it takes to get to that point. I was I was helpless. I felt like I had no one. I was alone. I was scared. I was numb. I didn't want to do life anymore. I was tired. And that's what most people, when they commit suicide, are going through in their head. Everybody's different, but that's always the common thing, is everyone just feels like they can't do it anymore. They can't take it anymore. And it's hard. It's hard. It's very hard. But again, I overcame all of that. And everyone can overcome it. My heart goes out to every family and every friend that has ever lost someone to suicide, because it is hard. It's hard to accept that they're gone, because you feel like you could have helped, but in some instances, the people that kill themselves, they don't see the light at the end. You know, I never thought I was going to. I really thought I would have been dead by 18. And now I'm almost 20, and it's, you know, it's an amazing feeling, but it was a long road. It wasn't just, oh, I'm going to wake up and be positive. Like, it was a very long process. I was on medication. I went through therapy. It was a lot. So I don't want anyone to think like it's just simple and I'm, you know, like the spokeschild for all of that kind of stuff, because I'm not. Everyone's different. Everyone handles things differently. But what I do want to spread knowledge on is that you can overcome it. You are your own happiness. You are going to make it. You just have to keep going and take it day by day. You can't just, you know, plan it all out, because things don't always go according to plan, especially when you have a mental illness. It does not go according to plan because it controls itself. And, you know, there's days where I wake up and I'm like, damn, I really don't want to be here. But I know that tomorrow could be totally different, and that's why I push towards that. I look at the bigger picture. And that's what I want you guys to be able to do, is look at the bigger picture. You know, think and ask yourself, is this the person that I want to be? Do I want to keep hurting myself? Or do I want to stop and do better for myself? Because that's what it comes down to. It really comes down to you, because it's your life. It's your life. And, you know, you may have people telling you in your ear, like, you can do it, and or you're being stupid. There's positivity and negativity in all of that. But what do you want? What is going to make a difference to you? All that I am right now is from all the obstacles that I overcame, and from the last 4 months of working on myself for myself. I didn't do it for my parents. I didn't do it for my siblings. I didn't do it for my girlfriend. I did it for me. I did it for Cece. And that was harder because I always put everybody first. And majority of the time when someone's hurting themselves or is suicidal, they don't ever say anything about it because they're worried about how everyone else is going to feel about it, how it's going to hurt everybody else. They're not worried about hurting themselves and how that affects them. I know that's how I was. So it's difficult, and I don't want people like just thinking that it's easy, that we're looking for the easy way out, because we're not. it takes a lot for someone to get to that point. And, you know, like I said in a previous video, when people get bullied, that's one of the main causes as to why people kill themselves, because then they see, I really don't have anybody. Everybody hates me, and so it makes it worse. But you standing up for someone could be the main reason why someone's alive the next day. And so pay attention. There are so many warning signs as to when someone's becoming suicidal, and some of the main ones are when they start saying things like, I love you and I'm always gonna love you no matter what, but that's not something they would normally say. Body language is such a big thing. If they start giving you like their most precious items, one of my big things was telling people, you know, I'm gonna miss you, or things are gonna be so different when I'm gone. Like, just things that people really didn't notice as different. You know what I mean? Like, they thought it was just me being emotional and sentimental because that's how I am as a person. But that was my way of telling them bye. And that's their way of telling you bye, is by doing those small things that you aren't going to pick up on right away. But be aware of your friend's behavior and how that changes when they're depressed or sad or upset about something, because you can instantly tell. And always be willing to listen to your friends, because, you know, there's those type of things people don't want to go and tell their family about, so they're going to go to their friends first. So make sure you're listening and you're really paying attention to what they're saying, because that helps tremendously. And if you see someone hurting themselves, if you see the cuts or, you know, any scars, you know, ask them, are you okay? And genuinely be serious. And if they say that they're fine, just be aware after that. And if you continue to see that, you need to tell someone. Tell an adult. I know you're scared because you're like, I don't want to ruin that friendship. But if you don't say anything, you become part of the problem. And they're going to keep hurting themselves. So, you know, as I did on my first video about the depression and anxiety, I will be putting down some suicide hotlines. I will be putting down the 24/7 text line again. And like always, my messages are open on all my social media. I'm here to help you guys. And so sharing my experience, I hope that that encourages y'all to want to do better. And that, you know, it's the wake-up call that you need. And if y'all ever have any questions about anything in my life that I've shared, please ask me. I'll be completely honest with you. You know, that's the only way that we're going to help more people, is if we're honest about our own experiences. So, yeah. But anyways, you guys, as always, spread love and positivity. I will see you guys on Friday. Bye, guys.